Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where I was just taking a bit of a look around between episodes, as I often do. I looked at these populace and saw that the King of Galicia Volhynia has decided to join in with the populists. Now, I'm still not actually worried about this. This is not actually a threat. And it's still 24 months away, so I think we are just going to leave it be. Hopefully. I mean, we've got 7 months left over here. We'll be out of this war, I think, pretty soon. We have ticking war score on our side. We are positive right now. And if we start fighting again, we will have battle war score coming in as well. And we're about to fully siege down all of the provinces in question. So I think we're okay. Oh, okay, fair enough. So, that I'm not super surprised by. That's the King of Alba. Okay. I was expecting the AI would start doing this, because we are definitely starting to look a bit weak. The Byzantines want a white peace. I do not. What I do want to do is call in our allies. We'll call in this house member into this holy war. And we will also call in our dynasty members. And that is a defensive war, so that gives us some interesting advantages over there. But we're going to kind of ignore that war for the time being. We'll need to respond to it, but not quite yet. So let's wrap this up. Yes, allies will join this war. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to do this, because we already, without even having all of our allies here, we already outnumber them, but okay, whatever. Yep, that is all expected. There's another child of our dynasty, okay. That's all well and good. 20 months on that faction, okay. Let's wrap up this siege. But yeah, I'm not in the slightest surprised that they decided to declare war on us, based on the way that this number ends up working on this current patch, which, to be clear, I disagree with. This should be 7,000 out of about 20,000, because that's what it actually is. But I mean, if they want to throw their money away, I'm not gonna complain about that. So let's get this siege done. And also, what is the actual duchy that they are declaring for? This one right here. Okay. They're heading northward with 798 troops. Okay. I'm not frightened about that right now. And it's Alba who is bringing the actual troop count here. Okay. 2 months left on this siege. And then we'll come down here and see if we can fight these guys a bit. Hopefully we can. Friendly exchanges, that's always nice. 15 months there, 3 months there. Okay. We're being raided, that's expected. 30 more days. This guy joined the Holy War, we expected that. Can we call in anyone else? Let's see here. Not currently. We can demand a payment from this guy, but there's no point. We can also ransom some prisoners. I'd rather hold on to them until the end of this Byzantine war. So that'll be fine. Okay, we got that. Let's get over here as quick as we possibly can. 2 months left. I'm surprised. Okay, here comes our allies. Our Empress was murdered. That does mean that we need a new spouse. And let's go for alliance power here. I want, ideally, someone outside of the realm. Okay. We'll take 2,600. It's a purely political marriage. I don't think anything is going to result from it other than that alliance. But we can call this guy into the Holy War. I'm not going to call him into the Byzantine War, because I do not believe we need his help. And I would rather that he come over here and start fighting this instead. He did indeed join, as expected. We caught that half. That's wonderful. That gave us a level of fame, and we're now at 54 war score. That was a very big swing in the battles. Wonderful. Let's see if we can catch this army as well, because that will be a similarly big swing. Yeah, he's going to let this happen. He didn't have to do that. He could have drugged this out much further, but I'm A-okay with this. This is fine. That put us up to 70% on the war score. Okay. Let's check in up here. We do see that Alba's troops are on their way in. The Byzantines currently have 2,000 troops. They're in multiple wars. Okay. I think let's start heading north. If we need to respawn over here, we can use potentially unraised soldiers. But I think ticking war score should be sufficient to get us there for the Byzantines. I hope. We have 96% war score from that. Yeah, it pretty much all comes down to, if our allies had walked in for this battle, this war would be over. Oh well, the Byzantines are in retreat, so we're going to head northward and see if we can contest this duchy up here. And we are also regenning troops like mad, because, of course, we can, even though the AI doesn't believe we can. So we have a substantial numbers advantage in this, and they really shouldn't have declared this. Okay, he's turning around here. I'm hoping that by splitting our force in half, our allies will follow this force, this original force, and not this new force. I don't know if that's true or not. It looks like they're not. In that case, we're going to split in half again, and we're going to send 3/4 of our force up this way, and only 1/4 down over here. Because we will need the additional troops. Okay, let's see if we can go give battle over here. If we can, then this probably ends this war. Meadows have been constructed. That's nice. Okay, we're going to get these guys up here. There's a snake at court. How rude. And their siege is going really slowly. They do have another 5k on their way in. So that's noted. We probably just want to hold off and resupply here. This is actually an 11k stack, and this is actually a 5k stack. So that should be okay. Yeah, we're going to give battle here. We're up to 80% war score. In we go. And that's going to win us another chunk of war score. We're going to start advancing over here. And just slowly making our way in. Okay, we're up to 90% war score here. What's he got? He's got 2k troops. I think now it's perfectly safe to abandon this. And head fully north. Okay, let's go ahead and group this. Now this is 11k. Let's cut it in half again. I just wanted to have these be a little bit more even. And let's spread them out so that we're not losing supplies. They're losing supplies here. And we're just letting this happen for now. We're at 92% war score here. Ticking is at 55, so we should be able to continue to tick up those last 8% before they can siege anything over here. And now we're waiting on reinforcements over here, whether that be in the form of reinforcement ticks, whether that be in the form of this force making it in, or whether that be in the form of other allies. I'm perfectly comfortable biding our time right now, though, but I am going to cross this river. I positioned behind the river as a defensive position, but now I'm wanting to position slightly more offensively. A lot more offensively. I want to do something before these guys get here. I want to force them to abandon their siege. Perfect. That was exactly what I hoped that they would do. It's too late. They don't win this. We have the defensive terrain in hills. Right? Surely they don't win this. Okay, we need these guys to be making their way over, because they do have reinforcements nearby, but the tide is swinging in our favor. There's a betrothal being proposed here, and yes, I accept. We want to keep Bavaria out of trouble. Whatever happened to that faction? Oh, reinforced ticks probably made it too weak. Of course. That would be what happens there. Okay, so we have won this battle. We're at 100% war score against the Byzantines. They had no business attempting to defend that. We got unlucky, or not really unlucky, but I misunderstood the changes a couple times. But now we can enforce that demand. Wonderful. And let's see here. We personally hold a number of these titles. Do we personally hold the Duchy as well? Duchy of Prussia. We do not. So the de jure duchy here, the Duchy of Bosnia, is held by this guy. We could theoretically usurp it, but he's at war. Okay. So for now, I think what we're going to do is we are simply going to grant some of these guests some of these titles. I want to be in the court, because we can't really hold these personally. So we'll grant them, and we'll hold this ourselves for the moment. Now, actually, most of these went to Croatia. I think we can go ahead and transfer in those vassals. We can only do these one at a time? Okay. Now, her opinion of us is already maxed, because we pushed her claim. And that was as expected, even though she was, you know, grumpy about us being in an offensive war. But, that's okay. We're going to chill on the offensive wars for a while. That was a longer offensive war than I had hoped. But that puts us at what? 31 war score. That is nice. That is very nice. We're going to come over here and immediately siege their capital. It's only a level 4 fort. So I think that's fine. And we're actually going to catch some of them and get a little bit more battle war score here. I do see these guys coming in. That's okay. We did just lose our chancellor. And our powerful vassals are absolutely awful at being a chancellor. That said, this guy is a good spy master. Would this guy be a good chancellor? He'd be a better chancellor. Okay, so this is King Carlo IV. I'm just looking for a reassign. Here it is. And then we put in this guy as our spy master. Now, this guy would be a great court chaplain, and we're going to put him in there, in that role. Excellent. That makes those guys much happier. And it looks like our allies are actually taking care of that for us. So that's perfect. And yeah, they never should have declared this war because our weakness was only on paper. It was a completely fabricated weakness by this total soldiers system. This was not a true weakness. They never had a chance of winning this particular war. Betrothed can marry, and we'll go ahead and do that. We're also going to ransom these Byzantine prisoners that we've got. Excellent. We can demand some payments, and that one's actually worth doing. That one is now worth doing, I think. And that'll help keep us afloat. Excellent. Good cash there. We're up to 46% war score. And we will be finishing up this siege soon, and that siege should get us up to a pretty decent war score chunk. I do see that additional 1,500 stack coming in. It looks like there are more behind them. Yeah, it's not a real threat, though. We're just going to siege down the war leader's capital here, and our allies can take care of this. That's not a big deal. They're already on the job. So that's great. We're at 49% war score here, and it's going to get even higher from that battle. Oh, we actually captured the leader of the war in that siege. Wonderful. So we are going to, of course, use that to enforce our demands. They'll pay 100 gold to us, and we'll disband our armies so that we appear to be powerful again. Wonderful. Now we shouldn't have people declaring on us, and we have 700 gold with which to invest into our capital duchy. We're going to invest some into Malbork immediately. And now we're just going to sit here and make some additional money. Yeah, we'll attend that feast. We can negotiate an alliance with this person, our player heir. Okay, you are in a matrilineal marriage. Good. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We can imprison a baron and a baroness. 42%. We'll give it a go. They're not powerful enough to spark a rebellion. Excellent. We did manage to put him in prison, and now we'll try to get this baroness. 82% chance on her. Wonderful. And now we will begin to negotiate about ransoming them. Excellent. So there's some extra cash. We'll lose some stress. That'll be fine. We are, of course, currently 52 years of age. So that's a thing. We will, of course, be dying eventually. Let's check in on our culture situation. We're going to have communal government in 4 years. Hereditary rule is 22 away, allegedly. Bailiffs in 3 years. Okay. We're making decent progress over there. I do want to upgrade wall towers because that will give us an additional 0.2 gold per month. That will be worthwhile. And with that sort of thing, ROI on that is completely irrelevant. I don't actually care how long it's going to take to return. What I care about is the monthly tick number. Getting that to grow is the important thing. This person is proposing an alliance, and I accept. Excellent. We can now usurp the Duchy of Bosnia. How much would that cost? 250 gold. Oh, is he still in a war? Yes, he is. Okay. Well, that's not really ours to deal with anyway. That's the Queen of Croatia's job. Ransom? For 10 gold? Sure. We'll take 10 gold. Excellent. Well, we're making 27.5 gold per month now. That's a good step. We are going to get a... Oh, actually, we get it right now. Honored to serve. Powerful vassal, counselor, tax, and levy contribution. Up 20%. That brings us up to 28.4 and a cap of 2,100 soldiers. However, we are falling ill. At our age, that is likely to kill us, although our court chaplain did reduce our disease symptoms, so that's nice. But hopefully we don't die for a little bit yet. What would she like? She is a cynical, brave, calm Midas touch. The ruling of a realm surely interests her. She has 21 skill in stewardship, after all. Okay, she is also interested in stewardship. Fantastic. That's not a surprise. There's a scheme at court. Okay. That's not unusual. And we will visit that guy's feast. He doesn't like us very much, but it's okay. We could upgrade these hide tents, and that's a pretty good thing to upgrade. Okay, well, we will end up gaining stress here. Yikes. Or we could make this guy sad. He's just a count, though. Okay. That'll be fine. Excellent. And we will actually gain some opinion with him instead. Actually, we probably should have gone for the interesting conversation now that I think about it. We don't really care too much about his opinion, and getting those raw stats would probably be slightly better for us. Oh well, we lost a bunch of stress. Not that we had any to lose. So getting some opinion with him, it's not the worst thing. The schemer has been discovered. It is our daughter and heir. What an abhorrent fiend. Okay. So I guess we're going to be an abhorrent fiend in a few years. We can lawfully imprison our heir. And so we shall. If she has any money, we will ransom her. And use that money to invest in her future. Whether she likes it or not. 50 gold. Let's do it. Give me that sweet, sweet 50 gold. There it is. Wonderful. Okay, what can we potentially invest in? We're constructing in both of those locations. We're constructing here. We're not in any of these 4 locations, though. Okay. Our sway scheme is over. That's okay. So we have some upgrades to do, for sure. 330 gold. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can upgrade this one. 165 gold. That's a pretty good one. We just inherited a shrine, which of course puts us at 8 out of 6. Right. Okay, well, we definitely want to grant that to a low noble. Now we're back to 7 of 6, and I think that's okay. We're going to get bailiffs in just a couple of months. So let's not worry too much about that. I'm interested in seeing how much our vassals have lost their offensive war malice. Are they done being upset about that? No, they are not. They're still at minus 42. Okay. Well, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's slightly early, but the cat is kind of going nuts at the door. So I think I'm going to do it. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time when we continue solidifying our power base and very likely have a succession. Oh, okay. Mila is apparently in love with us. Well, we're technically not married right now, so we are betrothed, but that's purely political. Anyway, I'm putting that cut in. Did I already do the outro? I can't remember. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. If I already did the outro, I apologize.